Thank you so much for joining me on your Thursday afternoon. Typically, we do our webinars on Fridays, but in the new year, we are switching it up. We are doing them on Thursdays. So I am going to post a poll to find out, do Thursdays work good for you? Are Thursdays the day? Would we prefer to go back to Fridays? Or is there another day of the week? I'd like to hear from you. Okay, I'm going to post this poll right now. Thursday, Friday. Okay. It's over here, or is it over here? Which side? Which side? Ooh, everyone likes Thursdays. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining. I'm just going to give it another minute here just to see if anyone else wants to hop in. We've got a great deck for you. We should be wrapped up here in about 30-ish, and I am going to open the floor up for questions afterwards. We're going to be talking about AI. I heard from some people through the Vine. I did some research. I've been checking out what you guys are posting on Facebook and on Reddit, and I know you guys want to hear a little bit more about AI. And AI is vast. I do think we're going to have to do a separate webinar on AI for nonprofits, but we will be talking about that today. So I'd love to hear where everyone is tuning in from. I am here in lovely Orlando, Florida, the Sunshine State. It is sunny today. I apologize if my voice is a bit raspy. I'm coming off one of those colds. I don't know if you guys got that, but I am coming off the cold. But I'm tuning in from Orlando, Florida. Where is everyone else tuning in from? Oh my gosh, Dallas, New Jersey, Nashville, Cali. Oh, we got Amelia Island, Florida, Virginia, Kentucky. I love that you guys are so spread out. My next question is, I don't have a moderator with me today, so I am just going to be hopping on and talking with you guys in the chat myself. But I would also love to hear what your nonprofit is and what you do. So please pop that over in the chat. Is it over here? Is it over here? It's over here for me. Thank you. I love my hat too. She's cute. She was a gift from a friend, actually. If you've ever joined my webinars before, you know that I'm a big hat girl. So it's rare that you will catch me without a hat. Okay. We've got here an advocacy program for DV. We've got sexual and DV services, UWEC, the Sharing Network, the Humane Society, 5.5 million wheelchairs. Oh my gosh. USA Jing? It's on my right. This way? This way. This is my right. Right? Yeah, that's right. Philadelphia. Theater on the venue side. Wonderful. Suicide prevention, a sorority, United Way, a church, congregation. Healthcare Alliance. Oh, love that. You guys are doing incredible work. We're just going to give everyone a round of applause right off the bat. 2026. Thank you for all that you do for your community. Hold on, let me put my tea down. Thank you for all that you guys do. I'm going to do the millennial heart because I'm not Gen Z. I don't know how to do it like this. Gosh, you guys are doing incredible work. Animals, girls, access to healthcare. Wow. You guys are very impressive. Yes, Julie, you get it. Pop those clapping hands in the chat. Okay, we're 4 minutes in. Let's go. Let's get started. First up, I do want to tell you guys, every webinar we do every month, I always do a giveaway, and you're right, it's always shoe related. If you know FunSworks, then you know why it's always shoe related. But we are giving away the huge high heel pool floaty. Now, I realize that some of you are in some winter areas right now, so let's just save this for the summer for you. But in Florida, I could actually pop this into my pool right now. It's that warm out. So we are going to be giving this away today. Oh, Stacey, I'm shoe obsessed too. So we're going to be giving this away. We're also going to be giving away the red shoe bag. And we're going to be giving away a couple gift cards. I'm probably going to be doing 5 winners in total. I will be telling you at the end how you can join our giveaway. The only thing you need to join is an Instagram. Yes, the red shoe bag. It's so cute, right? Okay, let's get into the deck because that's why you guys are all here. Let's get into the content. Here we go. Let's make sure I share the right thing, right, guys? Is it this one? No, it's this one. Okay. Can you guys see my deck? You guys can see my deck, right? Yes, okay, beautiful. I'm going to take my face off because I get concentrate with my face because I'm going to be like, what is that? So let's get into the 2026 nonprofit marketing trends. Let me introduce myself. Who are you, Chrissy? My name is Chrissy Morris. I am the Chief Marketing Officer at Sneakers for Good. Sneakers for Good is a sister brand of FundSworks. And for the previous 7 years, I was the Chief Marketing Officer of FundSworks as well. But now I've taken on another branch of our sustainability programs. Some fun facts about me. I did work in marketing for 14 years. So I'm coming up on my 15th year in marketing, and that's a long time. But the great thing about marketing is it's always changing, and we're going to be talking about that today. I grew up in the time of AIM, dial-up era, having to wait to use the phone or the internet. I keep a Google spreadsheet of all the Orlando neighborhoods and all the best restaurants, bars, and things to do in each of those neighborhoods. Hit me up if you ever come to Orlando. I do prefer dogs over cats. I have 2 wonderful puppies. So I'm sorry, my cat lovers. I do love cats. I love all animals. Big animal lover, but I do prefer dogs over cats. I'm just a dog girl. And then my secret trait, I turn every occasion into a party. So that's who I am. I've been working for 14 years, and I've been with FundSworks going on 8 years now here in February. So next month will be my 8th year with the company. Let's talk about what the top 6 trends are going to be. First, generational shifts in digital engagement, frictionless giving, and donor trust. How do we get it? How do we keep it? Retention. Smarter personalization, not louder messaging. We're in a weird time, guys, with tech. I've been giving these webinars for 6 years now. We are in a weird time for technology. Retention over acquisition. Hear me. Purpose-driven and tribute giving. And then video as education, not only as entertainment. I should probably put not only. I'll fix the deck before I send this to you guys, okay? So one thing I just want to point out, I am not looking at the chat right now. So if you have questions, please pop them in there as we go so you don't forget, but I will answer them at the end. Okay? All right, beautiful. Sorry, I don't have a moderator today. It's just me and you guys. Gen Z and social media, let's talk about it. So some generational shifts. Generational labels matter less than the behaviors of what they're doing. So one big thing that we're kind of seeing nowadays is people are getting more comfortable with utilizing their phone, this tool, right? So donors of all ages expect clear value with what they're giving. Really easy digital experiences, especially as a lot of things move to no cash accepted, credit card only, et cetera, et cetera. And then transparency and impact follow-up. I think impact follow-up is one of the easiest things you can do. Once you get that gift, don't forget the follow-up. Let's talk about what the data shows. So you guys know all these reports are coming out. What did 2025 teach us? What can we learn from it? Giving Tuesday, huge. 4 billion, you guys, 4 billion in giving during Giving Tuesday this year. Younger supporters are more likely to share causes. That's where you get that virality. And even though they're giving smaller amounts, they're more willing to put themselves out there and to put causes out there that they wish to share. So keep that in mind. Little research here from Pew. Gen Z and millennials do prioritize transparency and ethics over brand recognition. So that's why you're seeing a lot of these other nonprofits popping up, hitting their first million, et cetera, because brand recognition isn't the only thing. Now, we all know there's huge, major, wonderful nonprofits out there that have been around for decades, still doing amazing things. But now is the time for a lot of smaller nonprofits to really get their name out there and what they're doing in their community, or if they work nationally or globally, now is the chance to put yourself out there. This is great news for newer nonprofits. I put that in parentheses and then I read it for you as well. Now is the time to take a look at your channels, your budgets, optimizing for the next generation. Each year, you have a shift in that spending power, and we are starting to see that, especially with Gen Z, as they come into their buying power and this new age of salary and having money, they are giving more. So contributions by generation. I'm sure you guys have all read this, but I did insert it here. Baby boomers, as we know, they are the lion's share of giving, 41%, huge retention rate of 54%, and they give the most. Gen X, right beneath them, 1965 to 1980. I should ask that. Who is taking our webinar today? Which generation? Okay, I'm gonna post a poll at the end. Someone remind me. They give an average of $1,300, and since 2019, they have doubled their median gift size to about $100, and they hold about 25% of the share. Millennials, that's me. Hi. 1981 to 1996, their household giving grew 40% up from 2016. This is huge. And according to Nonprofit Pro, millennials made up roughly 18% of the first-time donors on Giving Tuesday. That is huge. Tea break. Generation Z. We're gonna come back to that first-time donors because I do think that's very interesting. I have volunteered and given to a nonprofit since I was a kid and since I started earning money, but I do think it's so interesting that my generation is now starting to give. We'll come back. We'll circle back because it's the new year. Okay, Giving Tuesday. Gen Z represented about 7% of first-time donors, and broader research shows that 84% of Gen Zers support nonprofit causes in some way, whether that's volunteering or advocacy. I will say we're seeing that a lot more on the political side. I apologize. Okay, let's talk about the digital giving experience. I hope you guys are doing great in the chat over there because I have no idea what's going on. Okay, let's talk about some of the trends. This is on top of the 6 trends I already spoke about, or they're linear. So community-centered fundraising. So we all know there's a lot of economic pressures for tighter budgets. There's burnout. There's so much uncertainty. I feel like since COVID, through everything that's happened in the last 5 years, there's been so much uncertainty, especially in the philanthropic landscape. So what's most important here is building your community around your mission goals if you want to sustain that long-term impact and support. AI and technology are very important. You guys all know, everyone's talking about it. We all know in March when Google had that switch over, and then all of a sudden we were getting an AI overview, and you actually had to scroll down before you could see the Google ads for the sponsored, and then under that you could see regular, just organic traffic SEO results, right? So AI is now starting to take over a lot. So Google, all of that, it's important. I think a lot of you all know that that's a big opportunity, but I think understanding and utilizing it is going to be the biggest challenge as we continue to move into this heavily AI-focused world. Now, what the data shows is 2025 individual gifts are driving growth, and donor retention efforts remain critical. And then monthly giving has grown. I don't know about you guys, but I do think monthly giving is one of the most important things that you need to have as far as activating new donors, because it's one of those things where you can set it and forget it. And come tax time, donors, everyone can write that off. So, hey, I'm gonna give $20 a month, $100 a month. Make sure you have those options built into your giving platform. And when you have those in-person activations, speak to your monthly giving. And if you have different levels, what do those different levels actually contribute it to? Make it easy. $50 equals X, Y, and Z. $100 equals X, Y, and Z. And if you gave that every month, here's how much more of an impact you would have in the world. And not the nonprofit, I'm talking about the donor. Always make them first. All right. Some digital takeaways, baseline expectations, as we all know. When I mentioned the phone, donors expect nonprofit giving to operate like businesses. That's why we know some very successful nonprofits operate like a business. Just a couple off the top of my head, Charity Water, St. Jude. Like if you operate your giving like a business and you run it like a business, not the entire thing, but parts of it, operationally, you're going to be more secure. So ensuring that you have easy digital giving, that you have transparency, all of those things is a very critical gap for nonprofits. It shouldn't be an add-on activity anymore. It should be standard in your activations. 57% of nonprofit website visitors are accessing their sites on mobile, and that number does not include tablet usage. Average gift by mobile users is $79. That is a pretty chunk of change. I also have some links down there in case you guys are wondering. I will be able to email this deck out too if you need it. I'll put my email in the chat afterwards. Okay, let's talk about frictionless giving and securing trust. So as we know, mobile payment options increase donation conversions. So a lot of these places a lot of these platforms that you guys probably utilize already have PayPal, Apple Pay, and Google Pay. If you haven't activated those in 2026, I highly suggest that you turn those on. Too often I see that there isn't an option to do that, and it has become so easy for people to tap the buttons on their side, scan their phone, and pay. Why not make giving that easy as well? Digital wallets are popular. I can't say it like her, oh my gosh. But if you know, you know. Prioritize cybersecurity. 1 in 3 organizations, need a space there, has already experienced a cyber attack. So you need to make sure that you're investing in premium hosting, security plugins, and 2-factor authentication for everything that you do. The other thing that I see, especially with newer nonprofits, I'm not sure how many of you joining us are new, but when you get interns, when you get volunteers, and you get these people that are helping you with different things and you're giving them access to your platforms, you want to make sure that every platform is owned by the nonprofit, is under a nonprofit email address. When you set up your Facebook and your Instagram page, it should be owned by a Meta Business Suite that the nonprofit owns, and then you should grant access through the back end of your Meta Suite in your settings. I've done many webinars on marketing or social media for nonprofits. I can send you links to those, or we could probably do an updated one in 2026. But yeah, make sure that like when you are giving access to your volunteers and everything, you know, you never know, and it's very important that the nonprofit retains ownership of everything and you grant access, not just give them your password. That's not where you want to be. Now, with Instagram, it's a little bit harder. You do have to give them your password, but there are so many other ways, especially if you utilize a scheduling platform. You can give them access to schedule stuff through your email, yada, yada, yada. Phishing remains a common threat. I cannot tell you, I get so many phishing emails to my employee emails and nonprofit emails all of the time. So make sure you are consistently educating your team and your people on what phishing is, what it looks like. Make sure you're telling them to check, you know, if the gift card scam, you guys have all seen it. If they get an email and it has the right name and it has a version of your nonprofit's email, make sure they read that email. Make sure they look at who that sender is, because sometimes it's just a few letters off, or sometimes it's a fully, you know, janky email, but the name looks right and it looks like they're emailing you asking you for something. It's a scam. Don't do it. Okay. Let's talk about understanding and utilizing AI in regards to the digital experience. So 3 main types, not 6, 3 main types. Agentic AI. So think of that as all the chatbots that you see on your on websites that don't have real people on them. Think about practical tools. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of like Otter AI or Otter Notes. That is a really cool note-taking app. If you've ever been on a Zoom call and it has read your note or read the Zoom call and then provided notes back after, that's an AI tool. And then I included some others down here like Crew, Perplexity, UI, Beam. Some of those are like almost up to enterprise level AI agents, where you can actually build entire workflows for AI bots to answer emails for you, to search your mailbox for certain keywords and respond a certain way. It's absolutely crazy how advanced this technology is. That is one of the ones where I say, get down your generative AI first before you hop into agentic AI, because the workflows can get pretty crazy. Tea break. Okay, let's talk generative AI. So all of you have probably utilized it or seen it or heard of it. That is Claude, that is ChatGPT, Gemini, Kling AI. I love Kling AI. Sora, Bead. Bead is incredible, and Midjourney. Now, Chat remains one of the most popular, owned by OpenAI. So is Sora. So just in case you're wondering, Chat's one of the biggest players out there in the game. It can make you photos. It can mock stuff up. It can make you Word docs, PDFs, outlines. It can do all these incredible things. But you want to make sure that you always still have a human aspect when you are utilizing it to create content. Same with Gemini. You always need to tweak it or utilize it just for brainstorming. Kling and Midjourney are 2 incredible tools, V2, where you can create videos, you can animate static images, just incredible. Look them up. They are top tier. Okay, next, predictive AI. That's going to be stuff that you guys already are seeing in your donor platforms. It's utilized for donor insights, forecasting. I included some of those major players there, but I'm sure you've already seen that. Keep your questions coming, guys. Online giving. Okay, pay attention, because donors notice how they're treated after they give. They want to know confirmation that they received a gift. They want clear explanation of what they're giving to, and they want follow-up that feels human, personalized, segmented. Those 3 things are so important every time you receive a gift. Oh gosh, I hope this tickle doesn't come back, guys. Retention begins the moment someone donates, so don't forget the follow-up. Write that down. Oh my gosh, guys. I really hope this tickle doesn't last. All right. E-commercification of donations. Flagging abandoned cart donations. You notice this in shopping. Oh my gosh. Upgrading one-time donors to recurring donors, and using location-based AI to pinpoint donor positions. Get on LinkedIn to connect with potential donors. Woo! I kept St. Jude in here. St. Jude does great work. People really want to see an upgraded giving experience. Having personalized relationship-building conversations, St. Jude does an incredible job of that. They are definitely a leader in peer-to-peer. Offering VIP experiences or limited edition swag. Provide regular updates to your programs through video, email, and text. Text makes things so personalized. And then make monthly donations exciting for donors. That comes through with your follow-up. A few things to avoid. Don't overuse your reminders. Stay away from pressure-based language. People hate that. And no one-size-fits-all ask. So I've said this before in past webinars, but when you send a thank you to a gift that's $20, it should be different than a gift that's $100 or $500, $1,000, and so on. Donors today expect personalized follow-ups, and I understand that that can't always be the case, but you should have buckets of people in which someone that gets a $20 gift does not receive the same follow-up email and thank you as an $1,000 donor. So keep that in mind. It goes the same for one-size-fits-all asks. Let's talk about audience segmentation. Email marketing is another one of our most popular webinars every year. I'll take a poll at the end to see if you guys would like me to do another one of those. But pushing emails to your entire database is not going to yield strong results anymore. Maybe 6, 10 years ago, you could do that, not anymore. People expect segmentation. 3/4 of consumers feel frustrated if their website experience isn't personalized. That's why you see cookies. That's why algorithms are just getting so intense, especially as you know, like on Meta and TikTok. Make sure that when you guys are crafting your email campaign and your strategy, that you are thinking about who you're emailing and why and what you're trying to get across. So that's why segmentation in your database is so important. The buckets that you put these different people into, not just by their gift, but how they were activated or how old they are or how long they've been a partner to you or which projects they've donated to. You need to make sure that the emails you're sending them are relevant to them. You can't just send out a newsletter to the entire database anymore. You need to have a bunch of smaller newsletters that are personalized to this specific type of donor. So review your database, split it up. Now's a great time to clean it up. We clean up our database every single year, and it is a beautiful thing. And then invest in systems that allow you to build those customized messaging to your audience. Here is a quick segmentation options where they're located. So if you are a regional nonprofit servicing multiple cities, counties, etc., paying attention to what activations you have going on, what you're asking, the donor type or their behavior, how they heard about you, that's super important, especially for consumers. But also how they heard about you, that tells you where you need to spend your marketing dollars or your marketing time and efforts. If they heard about you from another person, what does that person do with your nonprofit? Do they volunteer? Would they like to volunteer? How can they get involved? How can you activate them in their network further? Finding and identifying those people. Or if they heard about you from Facebook or TikTok, maybe you need to be spending more time and effort from those areas. Communication preference, that's a big one for me. I get texts from a lot of the nonprofits that I give to or volunteer with. I appreciate it. Texts are easier for me. I have 15 emails and I am constantly overloaded in my inbox. An event versus digital acquisition, that became very important in 2020 and you're still seeing that today, so pay attention to that. Purpose-driven giving and communications. Tribute giving remains so important. And tribute giving was important 20 years ago, and it's just as important today. So tech has made that more widely accepted. So 33% of donors give tribute gifts to family and friends. So if it's their birthday, their memorial, my aunt just gifted me a donation to a local animal rescue out in California. She knows I'm a big animal lover. Another one of my friends gave a donation in my name for my birthday to the World Wildlife Fund. So there are so many different things that you can do. Tribute giving is back, and it is more popular. If you do not have that as an option, you should think about it. You should market it. You should let your people know about it and how cool that is. That's all I have to say about that. SMS and texting, you do need a strategy. It is just as important as email. Like I said, I get texts from the nonprofits I'm working with. It's multi-purpose. It's great for relationship building. Like I said, St. Jude does a great job of this because they do personalize so much and they do work with the people hand in hand that are giving to their hospital. So keep that all in mind. Texting compared to email has a 98% open rate compared to email, which is around 18 to 20, 25 to 40 if you're in that higher range. And organic social is down 4 to 6%. It's not going well. So send personalized messages, use SMS for surveys, poll your people. I should like just create a document of like all my top things, like poll your people. You guys get what I'm saying. All right, content and digital ads. All right, nobody drinks my tickle. Tips for creating engaging content. So this is something that always seems to be very important. You guys always ask me to talk a little bit more about creating engaging content and what that looks like. You need to mix and match what you post. You need to pay attention to, don't just put something out there because you like it. Poll your audience. What does your audience want to see? What is the goal with what you're posting? Don't, just like email, social media should not just be a, well, we didn't post today, or we didn't post 5 times this week. Well, you don't need to post 5 times this week unless you're creating something that is actually going to be relevant to your audience and to your prospective donors. You want to pay attention. It's not a checklist. Marketing is not about, oh, check that email. We sent an email off this month. We scheduled 5 posts on Facebook. That's not what marketing is. Marketing is about intentional community building strategy. So education, entertainment, celebration, inspire your supporters, behind the scenes. What do you got going on? What new project are you doing? Did a donor just come drop off blankets and for your animal shelter and people didn't know that you accept blankets? I think most people do, but let's just say you need more. Oh, like, hey, can I film you dropping these blankets off for our social media? Get a quick clip of that and then tell people, hey, we're accepting blankets for the winter. You know, if you have any extra while you're cleaning out your closet for the new year, please drop them off. Like, think about what you are doing and what you're asking for. It's not always money. Sometimes it's just asking people to share this content. UGC, which is like user-generated content, provides so much third-party validation. So graphics aren't always it. Graphics do a great job. They're very pretty. But you want to make sure that you're showing real people. You want to make sure that you're showing real supporters, especially with video. Share the behind-the-scenes content of your team setting up for an event. Or the work that you're doing. Maybe you're planting trees in Kenya, or maybe you're doing an open house for your local homeless shelter, whatever it may be. Facility tours. Film that. That's content right there. Excuse me. These are some reels from United Way, videos of their volunteers, behind the scenes content, education, entertainment, and inspiring, encouraging donations. All right, what else we got here?
Wow. 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 Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Can I pause it?
Wow.
Okay, I paused it. So that was a viral trend, Owen Wilson saying his wow, and St. Jude did a phenomenal job just taking that music and making it about their campus. I've actually been to that campus. It is incredible. The people there are amazing. But that is one really cool way to just take a trending sound that is happening. This was obviously on TikTok and make it about your nonprofit. As I've been saying, video marketing is no longer optional, especially in 2026. So make sure to introduce your nonprofit to video platforms like TikTok. Authenticity matters more than production quality here. And what I'm loving, and you guys may have seen this from like the CEO of Instagram at Meta, people are wanting, with the emergence of so much AI content, people are wanting to see real people, real stories, real behind the scenes. And I'm loving that the algorithms are really leaning into it. And it's not always so stylized, so aesthetic, so perfect. There's a time and place for that. And recap videos of events are great for having just beautiful aesthetic. But real is what the people want. There's so much AI. There's a huge, like, they're calling it AI slop. There's just an overflowing amount of AI. So now is the opportunity to be real and be authentic and show donors and prospective donors at that who you are, what you do, and how they can be a champion in the community alongside you. platforms to watch. As we know, everyone loves Canva. That has come leaps and bounds in the last 5 years. LinkedIn is doing a better job. They're doing a better job on their algorithm. I'm seeing some improvements over there. I don't at this time recommend spending any money from an advertising standpoint over there. Their cost per acquisition is just too expensive, but I do think it's a great place to connect with people in the community and with businesses that are looking for outreach, CSR programs, employee engagement, etc. So I do think LinkedIn is still a viable place for that. And I think Reddit is really growing into a great place to have like real live conversations about what's happening in the community. Pinterest, I think, is really good for evergreen educational content if it makes sense. And I say education because so much of Pinterest is people just searching for a certain thing. So Pinterest shows up in Google's SEO. AI utilizes not only SEO, but also video and Pinterest and all these other platforms, and it pulls it into the AI overview. So posting on Pinterest can actually be beneficial for your nonprofit. And then CapCut, one of my favorite video platforms. I know I've talked about it before, but we love CapCut. Okay, now before I get into the giveaway, I'm going to tell you who FundSworks is. As I mentioned, I'm Christy. I'm with FundSworks as a webinar host and YouTube producer these days, and we are a social enterprise based in Florida, sunny Orlando. We work with micro enterprise partners. We've got about 4,000 families across 24 countries in the reuse economy, and we serve schools, nonprofits, animal rescues, faith-based organizations, and families and individuals, and we offer an alternative to traditional fundraising. We ease donor fatigue by offering a way to raise funds without asking people to open their wallets. Before I give away the sneaker stuff, I'm going to tell you what a Shoe Drive fundraiser is. Those are some of the materials that you can get. A Shoe Drive fundraiser is a great fundraiser that can complement a lot of the efforts you're doing. It can fit anywhere in your calendar year. And what's cool about it is you can ask people to help you raise money without ever asking them to open their wallets, because all you're doing is asking for their shoes. You're asking them to clean out their closets. We provide everything with no out-of-pocket costs, collection materials, flyer templates, a fundraising coach, and a check within 2 days of receipt and processing. And the fundraiser is a win-win-win because you can collect shoes, you can earn money off of it, you get to know your community even broader because, hey, you're collecting shoes and people are gonna be like, why are you collecting shoes? Oh, well, it's part of our Shoe Drive fundraiser. But here's other things that we do in our community. Here's other ways we support the people here or the animals here or whatever it is you do. And so you get some brand recognition out in your community. I know one of our partners, Girls on the Run, they've raised like $20,000 in just one of their communities, and they are known every spring to do a Shoe Drive fundraiser because the whole community knows every spring, clean out your closets. We're donating our shoes to Girls on the Run, and then Girls on the Run earns money for the shoes collected through FundSworks. And then also more people know about what Girls on the Run does so they can get involved with their missions and their goals and supporting the girls in their community. Some wonderful pictures of our partners from over the years. We've been in business for 12 years now. We do have a Facebook group that we update regularly, so feel free to scan that QR code. That is Sneakster, our wonderful new mascot. She joined us last year as the new FundSworks mascot. Now let's talk about questions, answers, and the giveaway. If you would like to know more about Shoe Drive fundraisers and raising money by just collecting shoes, you can visit fundsworks.com. Okay, let's stop sharing. Let's go back. I'm back. Oh my gosh, look at all of you still here. Okay, this is wonderful. Look at all these chats. Okay, I gotta scroll up here. First, let's do the giveaway and then I'll answer Q&As. So, reminder, Pool Float, the heel. I've never given away a heel, guys. This is so exciting. The red sneaker bag. If you've ever been to like a BTO conference or the Nonprofit Pro conference, you've probably seen me carrying this around, just lugging this bad boy around. She's cute. And then we're also giving out $50 in gift cards. I'm gonna be choosing 5 winners, and it's super easy. I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can enter. All you need is an Instagram account. You need to be following FundSworks. This is us. Funds, the number 2, orgs.com. And all you need to do is go to this video and give it a double tap and tag a friend in the comments. So follow us, go like this video, and in the comments, go tag a friend, another fundraising friend, another person in your nonprofit, and that's how you can enter to win these. I'm gonna pick 5 winners, so multiple people will be entered. Okay, let's do our Q&A, but first, actually no, let's do the Q&A. Well, actually I'm gonna do a poll first. Let's do a poll. Really quick, have you attended our webinars? No, it's over here, right? It's over here, guys. Have you ever attended our webinar before? Wow, 98% of you have not attended our webinars before. This is amazing. I kept talking like most of you had attended before. Well, every month I do a webinar on something related to the giving space. And then I'm gonna do the Q&A, and then I'm gonna post another poll and ask you guys what you guys would like to learn on our next webinar. Okay, thank you guys. You're so sweet. Okay, let's go through and see if we have any questions. Okay, shoe obsessed. Me too, y'all. Yeah, I think the Pool Float would be great in Florida too. Oh, AIM. AJ, AIM is AOL Instant Messenger. AJ, are you a Gen Zer or a boomer? Did you not have AIM? I feel like Gen X had AIM. No, was it just millennials? Yes. Okay, someone answered. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just catching up. Can I offer any insights into what types of causes Gen Z and millennials are drawn to? I do understand it's a personal preference, but are there causes that are rising to the top? You know, Stacey, I'm probably gonna have to dig into that. I do think it's more a personal preference, but I do think they are in general just drawn to social causes. As a generation, they are very vocal about what they want to see. I love that you guys are all posting what generation you are. Gen X, Gen Z, boomers. Gosh, I wish I could have seen this chat while I was talking. You guys are incredible. Are these stats based in the United States? Yes, Heather, the majority of them are based in the United States. There are a few global stats I included, but most of the pages I included my sources from all over. So, you know, like Nonprofit Tech for Good, Pew Research, Nonprofit Pro, so a lot of different ones. Susan wants an updated version of the social media webinar. Okay, I'm gonna add that to the list. What I recommend posting on LinkedIn. So Rosemarie, I'm gonna answer your question now. I do think LinkedIn is a good place for nonprofits to be. I don't think it's something that needs to be a major part of your social strategy, but it shouldn't be blank. If you are out doing outreach in the community, if you are hosting events, if you are doing anything that is benefiting your community, you should be talking about it everywhere you can. So that includes LinkedIn. So maybe you're just posting on there like once a week. You know, maybe you post more when you have an event coming up or something like that. I do recommend posting on LinkedIn. It shouldn't be blank. your volunteers. Like if you have an active social page on LinkedIn and you want your volunteers to also talk about you on LinkedIn, you can ask them to share like, hey, we just joined on LinkedIn. If you're also on there, will you please follow our page? We're trying to grow our following, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, ask your audience. Like you don't always have to make an ask for money. I know you need money to operate. Sometimes you can just make an ask to like share this post. We're now on LinkedIn. Can you follow us? How do you manage all of the personalization? That's a great question, Kimberly. So from an email marketing standpoint, what I would recommend is a strong tool. And when you gather the data, like from a donor, you want to make sure to gather as much as you can. So first name, last name, phone, email, all of the things. If you're already doing that, then great. All you need to do is make sure all of that information is being fed into your CRM and your email platform. Sometimes those are the same thing. If you're using Kindful or Bloomerang, whatever you're using. Now you can personalize your emails. So when they open it, it says, hey, Kimberly, hey, Lori, hey, Stacy, hey, AJ, yada, yada, yada. Now from a personalization standpoint, when it comes to segmenting your emails, you want to be strategic about the emails that you're sending out. So the very first thing you would need to do is to clean up your database. Make sure that if your email platform and your CRM is separate, make sure that all your data is going into both, right? That's the first thing. Then once it's in there, make sure you clean it and segment it so that you can send emails where it says, hey, Megan, or hey, whatever. You can also do personalized subject lines. Once your data is cleaned, then, and you have everyone in your buckets, you should have multiple tags. I'm not sure what email platform you're using, but in MailChimp, for example, you can have someone in your main list, and then you can put them into different buckets. So maybe they are in this location and they are a monthly giver and they support these 2 projects. Well, these 2 projects might be 2 separate lists. And so every time there's an update on this project, this person should get that email. So they should be under this tag. Okay, so Stacy is on this tag, and Stacy, every time we send an email and update about this project, maybe it's only quarterly, Stacy should get that email. But Stacy's also in this area, so anytime we email this area about an event coming up, she should get that email. You want to be very strategic about it. I know that it can be a lot to put together an email campaign, and then to imagine I need to put together 6 email campaigns this month. But the more intentional you are with your marketing, the more conversion and value you are going to see, especially if it's segmented and personalized. People don't want that generic one-size-fits-all email anymore. Yeah, overview company updates or nonprofit updates are great, but people want the personalization and they want to know what matters to them, whether that's who they are, how they give, what they give to, etc. So I would recommend, maybe you put together a super long and beautiful monthly newsletter. Maybe you tighten that newsletter up and you choose 2 or 3 other segments that you're going to hit that month. But it's very important to be strategic. The one-size-fits-all is just not going to work anymore. I'm hearing you guys on the social media one. I'm hearing you. We will do a social media one. Is there a texting service that you recommend that can do MMS? So if you don't have a texting service built into your CRM already, an easy one is Simple Texting. I know that's one that I've utilized before, but there's so many texting platforms out there. And most of the time it has to do with how many texts that you're sending and how many people you're sending it to. So you just want to pay attention to like how often you want to be touching these people, especially if it's not connected to your CRM. Okay, Kelly says she's got a staff of 12 at the county and 3 out 6, 1 and 2 employees are in her office. And the deck will be accessible after. Sorry, I thought that was gonna be a question. Yes, we have a small marketing development team, soon to be 4, covering 2 affiliate agencies. We can't realistically implement all of these strategies as great as they are. That's okay, Susan. Start with 1 or 2 that you can, honestly, and really evaluate and analyze what you're doing. I did a webinar last year on nonprofit marketing analysis and how to analyze your GA4, your Google Analytics, your website traffic, how to analyze your email database, like what are you looking for, open rates, click-through rates, etc., and social media. You really, January, December, great times to really analyze what worked best. Where did you get the most of your donors from? When did they give the most? Was it digital or was it events? Take a look at those and figure out where you need to be spending your time and money. And if you like any of these strategies, test. Just start with 1 or 2, test them out, and see if they offer it. And don't let your test be like 1 or 2 weeks. Let your test be a month or 2 and see if they help provide any value to the work that you're already doing. Thank you, Pam. Oh, you guys are so sweet to me. I thought the deck looked pretty cool too. Left is right. Your video shows backwards. Oops. I don't know what that means. I guess it just means I'm mirrored right now, right? Okay. I know that tickle in the middle deck really caught me, guys. I thought I was gonna have to hop off screen. Okay, how do you handle texting donors and supports with all the text regulations? I'm sorry, guys, this is running extremely late. I know a lot of you have to hop off. With all the text regulations that's currently happening. So the most important thing for texting and the regulations that are coming through, always make sure that you're double opting in before you add them to your text list. Oh, Viola, I'm so glad you found the content helpful. I hope you guys join me on my next webinar. Oh, AJ did have AOL. I knew it. See, you knew what AIM was. You knew it, AJ. All right. Thank you, Barbara. I'm so glad you found the webinar informative. You're so welcome, Kathy. There's so many CRM options, Carl. This is going to come down to what you need it for, how many users you have. And some CRMs are just based on like file sizes. Like, do you tend to send emails out of your CRM? There's like all these different factors. I would honestly take a few of the CRMs that you're looking at and put them into Claude or Chat and have it run an analysis for you based on your nonprofit. So say, acting as an analyst, my nonprofit does X, Y, or Z. And this is what we do. These are our missions and goals. This is what we need the CRM for. Can you analyze these? And based on what you know and pricing, give me a comparative analysis on these 4 or 5 CRMs that I'm looking at. Use Chat to your advantage. What kind of recommendations do I recommend for Reddit? Being active helps you rise to the top. Like anything, like those Facebook groups, being a rising contributor, what have you, just being active. So getting in there, posting, talking to other members in the community or related nonprofits, collaborating with nonprofits that either do something similar to what you do or something totally different, but you guys share the same goals. Find them on Reddit and in your community and reach out to them. You will get a replay of this. Okay. The texting service was Simple Texting. You're welcome, you guys. Okay, so glad. I'm gonna put my email in the chat, but you can also reach out to me. Oh, wow. Thank you guys. So many kind words. Okay, I am going to put my email in the chat so you guys can reach out to me. And then I'm also going to share some documents with you, and I'm gonna post a poll. What do you guys want to hear next? Or hear next? What would you guys like me to do our next webinar on? Okay, it's over here, right? So I have 5 options for the webinar. The results for the poll. I'm guessing most of you want social media because that's what most of you have mentioned. Yeah, it looks like 45% of you want social media. Okay. Okay, a good chunk of you wants to figure out how to engage your community better in your fundraisers. TikTok for nonprofit, storytelling. Thank you, Marta. I hope I recover soon too. Okay, all right. I'm also going to share some downloads in the handout section. It's on one of these sides. In case you are interested in learning more about FundsOrgs and our Shoe Drive fundraiser, check those out. In the chat, storytelling. Okay, social trends are great. Yeah, I agree. Social media is just that tricky thing these days, guys. It's like a necessary evil. I fully understand that. All right, it looks like 43% of you want me to do my next webinar on fundraising on social media, so maybe that will be our February. I like to do these webinars and then ask you what you want to learn. This is why surveying your audience is so important, y'all, because now I can make sure to gear my content towards what you guys want. 27% of you said engage your community, 14% said storytelling through digital marketing, and 11% said TikTok, and then 3% said paid social. Paid social would be like paid advertising. Oh, email marketing. Okay, yes, I got you. Which one didn't work, Pam? I can't share anything in the chat, but which one didn't work? It only lets me put them over here in the handouts. The detail doc, okay. Let's try that one again. Thank you all for spending your Thursday afternoon with me. It looks like Thursdays are the hot ticket. You guys seem to like that one. Okay, here we go. New document. I need to take some more meds. The new document for the details is over here. It's called the How It Works. Okay, for the, all right, over there in the handouts, the details is over there now. It's called How It Works. Wonderful. Well, don't forget, get on Instagram, give it a follow, a double tap. That's me in Africa, guys. Thank you, Barbara. I do hope that I feel better too. You know, I hope to rest a lot this weekend. I actually canceled my trip to California so that I could rest and recover. So I do hope to be better the next time I see you guys. I know I will be. I'm going to rest all this weekend. But yes, please go enter our giveaway, download the handouts on FundsOrgs. My email is christy@fundsorgs.com. And I will see you all. Thank you so much for sharing the last hour. And Jennifer, I will add that to the social media deck. And David, let's fix that. How about that? My millennial heart. Marilyn, try the what you get, or the how it works. Sorry. Thank you so much. Ciao, Jennifer. I appreciate you all joining me on this lovely Thursday. I'm going to go take another tea break. I appreciate you all. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. A replay will be sent out. We've been together for an hour and our time has come to an end. I need to go home and rest. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Have an incredible fundraising Friday. And Terry, I love a good hot toddy. You don't gotta tell me twice. I will see you guys all next time. We're going to be doing fundraising on social media. It sounds like I need to get that deck out there. So I will be working on that over the next couple weeks, guys. And stay on the lookout. Stay on the FundsOrgs email marketing list so you can hear about our next webinar. And we will talk soon. I love your energy too. All right, bye everyone. See you next